Hi, I'm Alan R. Welcome to Motor Matters, your favorite channel for everything motoring, especially in South Africa. And of course, we are proudly associated with Change Cars, which is the website that only lists cars from franchise dealers, giving you total peace of mind when you're shopping online for your next wheels. And you can even get your insurance through Change Cars when you click on the Discover Insured button on their site while you're looking as well. But let's have a look at what we've got for you today. And you cannot mistake this and that over there. Mitsubishi, the dynamic shield face they call it. And you can see how it frames the grille over there with this very sharp angle. And this nice black glossy grille over here. You can see fog lamps down at the bottom. But what is this? Well, this is their little 7-seater MPV in the range, as they like to call them these days. You can see you've got very interesting looking daytime running lights across the top over here. You've got halogen headlamps. You've got lots of features like that. And coming around on the side, you'll see you've got really nice looking 17-inch dual color alloy wheels there as well. This is, of course, the Mitsubishi Xpander. It was launched about 3 years ago in South Africa. We did test it back then, but there's been a minor facelift and a few changes along the way. But now, I said to you just now, 7-seater. Well, it's the budget, can I call it, 7-seater model that certainly has a niche in our market, and a very important niche indeed. And what I really want to concentrate on right now is the space you have for your passengers. Because let me jump in the back seat quickly and show you. The driver's seat is set for myself, as I like to do. And you can see this is really tons and tons of leg. You can also even move the seat forward and adjust the legroom for the guys in the back if you want to. And there's still decent legroom as far as I'm concerned. There is lots and lots of headroom, really plenty for me. And you get the bonus of aircon vents up here above the middle row seats that has even got its own fan adjustment. So it gives you lots and lots of options and comfort, can I call it that, for your rear seat passengers. To access the rearmost seats, it's actually very straightforward. You flip that lever and the seat actually even tumbles forward to give you lots and lots of space to access those rear seats. Having jumped into the rear right now, you can see that with the middle row as far forward as it goes, I've got a decent bit of legroom. It's not bad at all. I've got enough headroom with my hat on. And there's even the bonus of a 12-volt socket for the rearmost seats as well. Not the kind of place I would want to spend a journey down to Cape Town, but certainly for short trips or, of course, for youngsters, it's absolutely ideal. Coming around to the back, you can see it's a very neat design. You've got your tail lights that go right up into the C-pillar and around into the rear hatch. You've got a skid plate effect at the back over here. And, of course, you've got the reverse camera built in over there, don't forget. Let's pop this open. And you have the typical situation of every vehicle of this type. 7 seats, no boot space. Well, you've just got to live with it. But, if you only need 5 seats, and you drop that, and drop that, now we're talking, aren't we? Because look what I can do. I can sit very, very comfortably in this extremely large boot area. Well, on the road, driving around our suburb, as I normally do nowadays, you'll see this is comfortable, it's easy. It's really an easy car to drive in every respect whatsoever. The controls are as light as they come. It's actually quite smooth over bumps and imperfections on the road. I think the longer wheelbase helps that. It's certainly a buzzy engine. I'm sure you can hear it kind of buzzing away even at lower revs. And it certainly makes that very buzzy noise. But you know what? It's not unpleasant. Gives it a bit of character and personality, I think. But now let's see where we hit the section where there used to be lots of potholes. They've repaired some of them, but let's just see how it is. And then I particularly want you to experience the little uphill section, because then you'll get the impression of what I was telling you about regarding the gearbox and the gearing on this vehicle. So let's just see. I mean, it takes corners reasonably well. There's nothing to complain about. Remembering the tall and narrow stance obviously is not the greatest in the world for road holding. But this is not a sports car, is it? It's a family vehicle, or maybe work transport or something like that. So you've got to think what it was built for. Okay, let's hit the uphill and let's see. And you'll see it'll hang onto a gear now. The revs will climb. It'll sometimes even shift down a gear if you're on the highway and you're in top gear already. And I think you can hear it kicked finally into top gear there. I've got to slow down for this bend, but let's just go again. And you'll see what it's like. And oh, it takes a while to respond as well, because there's no turbo obviously. And there you can hear it just over 60 k's an hour. Going up this hill I was screaming at 4,000 revs. So it's not built for this, is it? It's built to take it very, very easy, very light, very relaxed, and then you won't even have complaints about this that I'm picking on a little bit. But I've got to tell you what it's really about. Now let's see what our 3-point turn spot will do for me over here today. I see they finally removed my log, and by doing that I made it today. How's that? So it shows you light handling, tight turning circle. It's got all those kind of features. It really is a nice, comfortable vehicle, and when you consider today's pricing, it certainly is in the very affordable market segment. I think I'd like to call it that. Jumping in behind the wheel, you'll see the instrumentation is very basic, but then again, what more do you need, quite honestly? And I think it's more than good enough as far as I'm concerned. We've done 290 kilometers on this test so far, so it's a bit less than usual, but the tank is dropping quite low. But I'm having a problem telling me 110 kilometers left on the tank. I think it's a 45-litre tank, but it has been basically urban driving, and you can't go with that figure for fuel consumption, so you're going to have to guess. I would say we're probably averaging 8-9 litres per 100, which, considering it's been You've got a nicely integrated screen over here in the center. I like the fact that it is integrated to the panel over there, and a good quality reverse camera over here with guidelines. So it does give you that. You press the home button, you can imagine you've got all that you would want on, of course, from a car like this on your infotainment screen. It's basic, but it gives you what you want, and I think that's all you can really worry about. Below that, you've got good old-fashioned knobs to turn for your aircon system, and it does work pretty well. I'm impressed. Over here you've got a single USB and a single 12 volt. Now there, and I'm having a look, I would say you could do with more than that, considering this is a 7-seater, but it is an improvement from the previous one I tested that had the cable in the cubby hole that you had to link to for a USB. So good improvement there, Mitsubishi. Over here you've got a good old-fashioned handbrake. So you want to do handbrake turns? Guess what? That's where you can do it. And your gear shifter over here, the good old-fashioned kind, release, and there you go. There's a button on the driver's side over here that says overdrive, because this is a 4-speed automatic. And you've got to allow for what the car is and the price category it's in, that I won't complain about it. But on the other hand, there are a couple of times when the 4-speed has felt that it's lacking. But don't forget, you pay your money and you take your choices. You've got this very neat fascia in front of you with this metallic look section in between. So you've got all these sort of features, and you've got a little cubby over here as well. No armrest for the driver, interestingly, but you do have that, and very neat looking cloth upholstery as well. Now, what I haven't told you yet so far is this car is powered by a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder petrol engine, putting out 77 kilowatts and 141 Newton meters of torque. You feel the lack on the freeway, especially when you're going uphill. This is not a car for rushing around in, that is for sure. And there are times when the revs go a little bit higher than I would like, but quite honestly, you've got to allow for what this car and what market segment it is built for. Because let's talk competitors. Well, you've got the Suzuki Ertiga and the Toyota Rumian, which are essentially the same vehicle. We both know that. This one is priced at, in the automatic version as we are here, 350,000 Rand, 349 and a bit of change. The Toyota version, the TX top version, is 343, and then Suzuki have dropped the GLX. You can only get up to a GL Auto, which means you'll get a lot less spec, and that comes in at about 315,000 Rand. So those are the choices you have if you're wanting a vehicle in this little category. Mitsubishi are known to be tough, they're known to be reliable, and they're known to be good, solid vehicles. It's certainly, I think, if you're looking for this kind of vehicle that does give you the option of 7 seats when you really want them, go and check this one out. You'd be shortchanging yourself if you don't. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. See you next time.